Algebra word problems number 21. Write, solve equations of proportions. A proportion is an equation made up of two equal ratios. If you don't know what ratios are, you can see my last video of algebra word problems number 20, and it covered ratios. They're usually written as a pair of two equivalent fractions, the proportions are, and we read them as two equal ratios connected by the word as, where the equal sign is. So 2/3 equals 4/6, right here, would be read as 2:3 as 4:6. In proportions, cross products are equal. And to find the cross products, we multiply each numerator across by the other's denominator. 2 times 6 is 12. 3 times 4 is 12. These two fractions are in proportion with each other. When one of the proportions is missing, we can use a variable in its place to solve. So Tala drove her car 102 miles on 3 gallons of gas. How far did she drive with 16 gallons of gas? So we think, what are our proportions? Well, 102 on 3 gallons means we need to divide 102 by 3 to find her miles per gallon. But we're not going to do that. We're just going to use this as our proportion. So because 102 has to be divided by 3, we know the 102 is on top. Okay? How far can she drive with 16 gallons means we put 16 for our other denominator. Gallons of gas to gallons of gas, miles to miles. So we want our numerator to be the same as the other numerator and our denominator stand for the same thing as the other denominator. So now we have 102 over 3 equals x over 16. We know that 102 times 16 is 1632. We did a little math on the side. That means whatever 3x is going to have to equal 1632. So the only way to find out what that is we need to divide 1632 by the 3, and we do. 3 goes into 1632 544 times. So that means 544 goes there as our ratio. See? Let me put my equal sign there. That means she can drive 544 miles with 16 gallons of gas. So the one thing you have to be careful of is once you multiply the 102 by the 16 and get the 1632, don't put it up here. That's not what x is. X is 3 times that x, and then that's going to equal the 1632. So be careful. Don't let it trick you, okay? All right. So Bob was offered a job that paid $76.80 for 8 hours of work, and how much could he earn if he worked 28 hours? So we think, what's our proportion? Well, $76.80 for 8 hours means we need to divide 76.80 by the 8. So it would be written like this with the 7680 on top and the 8 as the denominator. So it's going to equal, because these are the hours, the other denominator is going to be hours. So it's going to be an unknown amount over 28. In order to find out what this is, we need to multiply the 7680 by 28, and we do, and we get 2,150.40 cents. So whatever this is, whatever this $76.80 times 28 is, that it came out as this $2,150.40, that's what 8x is going to equal, okay? So we've got $76.80 times 28 hours is going to equal that $2,150.40. That means 8x is going to equal the same thing. 8 times whatever this unknown amount is going to equal that. So we need to divide 8 into the 2150.40 cents to find out what this missing proportion is. Because division is the opposite of multiplication, that will tell us what x is. So we do the division, and we find out that 8 can go into it 268.8 times, and because we're talking about money, we know we can put another 0 here to mean 80 cents, right? So we know that the missing proportion is $268.80. To check it, we just see if 8 times this, 268.80, comes out as the 2150.40 cents, and then we'll know we did it correctly and we have our correct proportions. So the biggest mistake people make when they're doing proportions is they'll multiply the numerator by the denominator, and they'll just put that answer up for the variable, and then they get it marked wrong because they forgot that's not what goes where the variable is. That's what the 8 and the x are supposed to equal. So we still need to divide, okay? So be careful when you're doing your proportions, and you'll be fine, all right? We'll keep going. You're going to do great. I'll see you next video. Bye.